Hello everyone. In this video we will do another program of prime numbers, right? So in this video we will see if we want to check if two prime numbers are twin prime numbers. So this program will give us the twin prime numbers, guys. So what is twin prime numbers actually? If two prime numbers have difference of 2, if you say 5 and 3, so we have a difference of 2 in between these two numbers, right? So if you take 7 and 5, so we have you have difference of 2, right? So these are just twin prime numbers. So if you see this code in my screen, I have 3 header files here. Okay, so I will not talk about this thing now. Okay, so boolean is in our first program we just wrote this function, right? So this function is returning if a number is boolean or if a number is prime or not. Okay, so we need to decide first if a number is prime, right? So I hope you understand how this function works, right? Okay, so if you don't know, if you want me to help you visualize, so I can, right? So let me just spend some time on it. Okay, so visualizing thing, guys, is really helpful, right? So you may think that you're doing the same thing again and again, but trust me, guys, without this, without debugging or without just feeling things, okay, so you just need to go with the flow of computer, guys, because in our real life we don't actually think like a computer, right? Let's say in real life we just imagine that if you want to divide if you want to check 5 by if it's a prime number, right? So you don't think that you have to say that if the number is less than 1 or 1, it's not a prime number or it's false. So in real life you don't think this, okay? But to work with computer you have to think about this, right? So as much time as you spend with computer, or you debug or you just give different inputs and see outputs, and you try to feel everything, you try to visualize the code every step again and again. Okay, let's say I showed you for loops. I showed you each iteration one by one, right? So this is because, guys, if you want to feel, okay, so if you don't want to feel, so it's really going to be a problem, right? So nowadays people are just wants to do everything in a hurry, right? So you can't do everything in a hurry, guys. We are human, right? Anyway, let's not waste time, guys. So these, if we give input n, whatever input we give, like we put 10, right? So if we put 10, then if n is less than 1 or equal to 1, we will return false. Okay, so if we give 10, so we don't need to check this one. Okay, so we will come in the for loop. So for the first iteration, for loop, right, we will say first iteration. So for the first iteration, I will be 2, right? So I equals to 2, and I into I, that means 2 into 2 equals to 4, and 4 is less than or equal to 10. This condition is true, right? So now our n will be checked. This modulus operator will come into action, right? So 10 modulus I, that means modulus 2, is equal to 0. It's true, right? So this will be true. So that means 10 is equally divided by 2, right? So then it will return false. That means 10 is not a prime number. Okay, so for what? For 2, right? So for 2, for the first iteration, 10 will be false. That means 10 is not a prime number. Then I will be plus plus, that means I will increase by 1. Okay, so now I will be 3, so 3 will be here. Okay, so 3 into 3, that means 9. Okay, so for the second iteration, guys, I'm sorry, second iteration, I will be 3, and 3 into 3 into 3, right, will be like 9, and 9 is less than or equal to 10 is true, then it will enter into the loop. And if n, that means 10 divided by 3 is equal to 0, so it's not it's not 0, right? So if this is not true, that means we don't need to check. You don't need to check for this, right? Because this is not true, it will not go to the return statement, right? Okay, so now what it will do, it will increase, it will try to increase I one more time, so I will be 4. Okay, so 4 into 4 would be 16, so it will overcome 10, right? So now it won't enter into the loop, right? So we just could enter for in the first iteration for 2, and for 2 we just saw that it's not a prime number, it was false. So now the loop will terminate, it will come out of the loop, and it will come out of the for loop and return true, right? So that means in case of 10 we just got false, guys. Okay, so if it was a number like any other number like 17 or some other number, so end of everything we could take, we could get 17 is a prime number, right? So this is what this function is doing. So now we will check this one, right? So boolean is another function. Okay, so are twin primes. Okay, so here two numbers are being passed. Okay, so a and b. So now is prime a, so this function is getting the value of a. Okay, so is prime a and is prime b, and we are using AND operator here. Okay, so both of the numbers have to be prime numbers. Okay, so if any of these numbers is not prime, then this will not work, right? So and ABS absolute value, guys. So if you don't understand what absolute value is, I will try to make videos on absolute value in the next video, and you just need to I am just explaining this to you guys. Let's say you have 5. Okay, so 5 means plus 5, you have $5. Okay, dollars, so this is 5 and you owe someone $5. Okay, so this is minus 5. So absolute value, what absolute value does is whatever the sign is, plus or minus, it gives you only the 5. Okay, so absolute value is doing this. Okay, so why we need to do it, or we will explain in the next video. So a minus b, that means this will this wants to know the difference is equal to 2. That means I told you that twin primes are just has a difference of 2, right? So this is it, guys. And then we have the main function, right? So in the main function we have two numbers, number 1 and number 2, and we are saying the user to enter two numbers. So he will give or she will give two numbers, and if are twin primes, that means if these two numbers gives us the prime numbers, if everything is fine in this R twin. Okay, so we will these are prime numbers, we will say this number and this number are twin primes. Okay, so if it's not, then these are not twin primes. So I hope you understand the code, guys. So if you need the code, please comment. You can just use ChatGPT, or maybe you have to just write this code, guys. You have to debug this code again and again. You have to see them, you have to write on your own. Okay, so no shortcut, guys, and we also feel that we want to be in a hurry, but it's not possible, guys. Whatever the situation is, you have to stick to the coding. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next video.